Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Kevin Boudreau, also go by Phwap, KevinPhwap. Wanted to come in with the second update of 2013. Second week started off really awesome. I took Monday off, I think like I talked about in the last video blog, and then Tuesday was like a little slow, a little shaky. Like my brain just like was kind of in slow motion. I think even though like I made sure I got a lot of rest to catch up on my sleep, I think just like the fact of not really playing any poker that one day kind of like slowed down like all the connections in my brain. So that first day, Tuesday, was really awesome though because I only played like 1,200 hands and I made 1,200 bucks. Got some good spots, like not a lot of tough decisions, thankfully. And then the next day, still wasn't like completely in the groove. Got in like 3,500 hands, made some more money. Then the next day, really awesome day. Put in like 7,000 hands and made somewhere in the range of like $4,000. I'm doing this off memory. I can realistically just like look. Yeah, so it was like with 1,200 hands, 3,800 hands, then 6,500 hands, made 3,500 bucks. Played 6K hands. Next day, made 2,300 bucks. So yeah, like I was feeling really great. Like all the time I've been spending on my game has like clearly been paying off just in the fact of like not my results, but like the situations I'm getting myself into. For example, just 3, 4, 5 bet scenarios, like knowing what's correct to get in, what's not correct, knowing when and why I'm deviating from what like the standard play would be considered in that spot. But all that confidence led me to moving up some stakes again. Like I'm one to take shots when there's good games. I think you should put yourself in an opportunity to make more money and get your feet wet, and that's exactly what I did. The same person that I think plays like sort of bad was playing 5-10, and he just mass tables. He plays like 8 to 10 tables, and he plays 5-10 and 10-20. Um, yeah, he's like a good fish, I guess you could say. He like limp raises, but regardless, I think he just has too many leaks that he's like going to give some money away in the games, and that makes it profitable to be in those games. So took my shot. Wasn't exactly happy with like how I was playing it when I first got up there. There's always like a slight difference between playing Zoom poker and playing like a normal table, and just something about like the frequencies and the amount of hands I'm getting in, even though it shouldn't change how I think about hands. There's just a few small differences, and I think that maybe I make some over adjustments. But regardless, like shot didn't go well. Played a little 10-20, made like a few hundred bucks, and played 5-10, lost like I don't know, a couple thousand, 2,000 maybe. Sucked out in a big pot where like I check raised, or no, I called a 3-bet and then jammed over with over in a gutter, and hit hit like we ran it twice and I chopped the pot. So that was like it could have been worse. And then shortly after that, I moved back down to 2-5 Zoom just because the games weren't good anymore. Got some rest, and yeah, just went on another big downswing there. Was losing a bunch of money, and from like top to bottom, I think I went through like a 9 or 10K downswing. So that was not scary. I was definitely ready for this downswing a lot more than any other downswing in my life. Just the whole time I've been winning money. I've been making sure that I'm like kind of confidence checking myself. Like you're running good, or like you won some flips and that's why you're ahead a lot more than you should be. Just remember that like all these spots when you're running bad, and just basically like trying to keep this long view perspective on how things are going. So yeah, like I felt really good, and then I'm playing 2-5 and I'm getting it in good and just getting sucked out on. But I was like, I knew I was playing well, and that made me really confident in just like continuing to play the hands and not change my strategy. And yeah, just I maybe spent a little extra time reviewing after my sessions just to make sure that everything was in line, and doing that also helped me just stay confident in what I was doing. So yeah, turned things around. Had a 13th. What day was that? Tuesday. So had a decent Saturday. Like ended up making a little bit money back from the downswing, and had a good Sunday. Then brought in my laptop to get fixed, and I actually was playing on my iPad, just like the mobile version of PokerStars Zoom, and it's a little tough. I don't have a HUD, and can't see what the field looks like, so like I just have to play blind. Like I use game selection. Like I won't jump into like a heavily reg infested pool of players unless there's a bunch of fish. Usually there has to be 10% fish, so like I'm hoping that half of the hands I play there's a fish at the table. There's 10% fish, so that's one thing I couldn't see. I didn't have the HUD. I didn't have any of my notes, but I've been playing so many hands at this stake, and I'm starting to get like a pretty good idea of how different players play, their tendencies, like where they're trying to make money, where they're giving up money and maybe not realizing it. Just like a lot of small things like that. So like I felt okay. Obviously ran good, but I'm pretty sure I made like $3,000 on my iPad yesterday. Went to go check in on my laptop, and they like gave me some different news saying they're gonna have to order some parts, and I made them just give me my laptop back. Like I can't afford to like have these down days. Like I need to be grinding. I'm like living in Canada to play poker, so I don't want to be sitting up here playing on my iPad getting in 500 or 1,000 hands. I've emailed PokerStars to get the hand histories, but they haven't sent those yet. But yeah, so eventually, hopefully I'll get that fixed. Just big down the left eighth of my screen, there's just something I can't see through, but it's okay. Like I just moved the tables to the right. Like my HUD looks goofy. Like I'm sure you guys, here I'll like put a screenshot. Like all my HUD doesn't go over the table either, and all these things are like slightly frustrating that they aren't working out, but ultimately they're not really affecting me too much. I would say like maybe 1% of my win rate. So it's something I will get sorted out, but just wanted to check in. I didn't have my laptop yesterday, that's why I didn't do an update. A bunch of people did say they would be interested in playing a home game, so I think we should plan that not the next Monday, but the Monday after that. So the 14th, maybe like the 28th, I think, if that's a Monday. If that day works for a bunch of people, let me know in the comment section below. Even if it's just like 5 or 6 people, we can maybe play a cash table. If it's like 15, 20 people, we can do a tournament. I'll record it, maybe talk about 1 or 2 hands, not do like every bust out or anything crazy like that, but it should be a lot of fun. But yeah, the Supernova Elite grind is going well. 14 days in, I had 41,000 VPPs, so 20k VPPs a week, 50 weeks of grinding in the year would get me to 1 million VPPs, and that Supernova Elite, which is worth $30,000 the following year. So like if I make it this year, the next year I'm going to make an extra around $3,000 a month. So that's a big motivation for why I'm putting in all these hours. And also, like, I need to be making all this money that I am making right now. So it feels good. I appreciate all the likes and support you guys gave me on the latest video. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later.